Hi angels, welcome back. Today's video is my March 2026 favorites. I truly cannot talk about this month without talking about the fact that, and apologies if I cry, because I probably will. My beloved cat Audi, she's a senior girly. She died unexpectedly in March, and that really shaped the majority of this month for me. She's a senior girl. She had problems going on, but genuinely what happened to her, she was fine. And then a minute later, she was not fine. And then she was at the emergency vet hospital. And then less than 48 hours later, she was gone. Just truly came out of nowhere. No signs of anything. It was probably something neurological. I had lipstick on my teeth. It's never easy to lose a pet at any stage in life, like no matter the circumstances. But it was just, she was fine and then she wasn't, and then she was gone. I was so unprepared. I'm still grieving. The first week especially was really hard. I was just sobbing every single day. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to talk about the good things, like the favorites of March, because all I can really think of is Audi, and I love her so much and I miss her so much. And yeah, so I keep getting lipstick on my teeth. We'll get into my favorites, but apologies for it being shorter. The first favorite of March were puzzles, and this directly ties into everything with Audi. Puzzles were pretty much the only thing keeping me sane besides my support system in March. It was something for my brain to focus on, but also something I can do with my hands. And I would spend like 2 to 3 hours at a time working on the puzzle, whichever puzzle we were working on, multiple times a day. I think in March I completed 3 puzzles. One of them being, excuse the ring light, my favorite painting ever, The Birth of Venus. This one, gorgeous, stunning. Framed it recently. She's above my dresser. We love her. For sure my favorite. I also did some 500-piece puzzles, like smaller ones, and I knocked those out within like 3 to 4 days. This one took me about at least a week, under 2 weeks I think, and I just started on another 1,000-piece puzzle of a Van Gogh painting, and this one's kicking my ass, honestly. That one will take about 2 full weeks at least, but it's fun. It gives me something to do. Puzzles, fantastic thing to take your mind off of things, to focus on a task and to make progress. I like to throw on like a YouTube video, usually like a streamer. I like playing a game while I work on the puzzle, so I have something to listen to. Yeah. My next favorite is also something that was getting me through everything, which I did start this beforehand, but it was Love Island UK season 5, and I know people are sick of hearing me talk about Love Island. I wish my brain wanted to watch something other than Love Island, but it doesn't. Love Island was another great distraction of something that I can kind of turn my brain off of and just focus on what's in front of me without being too high stakes or anything. It did make me quite sad because prior to Audi's passing, whenever my sister and I would watch Love Island together, Audi would come up and she would just jump up onto the couch and immediately curl up and sit on me for the next 3 hours and not let me move. Watching the first episode without her, like, did make me cry, but it was such a good season. I was unsure how I'd like the UK seasons just because I had only seen 2 seasons of Love Island USA. That season was incredible, and I think I liked that for sure more than Love Island season 7 of USA. It's on par with USA season 6, maybe more. I loved Amber, obviously. I loved Anna, I loved Yewande. Those 3 girls, and Mora, oh my god, and Mora. The drama was so good, and one thing that I usually don't like about Love Island is that I always anticipate the beginning to be kind of slow, you know, because you're starting to get to know these people, you're not sure how you feel about them yet. Everything's a little awkward, but I found in the USA seasons, the last like week of the show, even sometimes up to 2 weeks, is boring as hell once everyone starts getting locked in. There's no real drama. I usually only actively care about 1 or 2 couples, and when everyone else is kind of like locked in, it's just a lot of time focused on couples I do not care about. Love Island UK season 5, there was only really like 1 locked in couple throughout the entirety of the season. Like, so many twists and turns, and just incredible season of reality television. I loved it. Before we go into my next favorite, usually I like to do a movie per month. I only watched 1 movie in March. Horrible month for watching movies. And this movie I watched after my cat died, and I tried to really kind of power through to force myself to watch something, and I decided to go with a classic, Badlands 1973, I think. Fucking hated it. Rated it half a star, which I know is quite controversial. I did not enjoy it. I think the dogs dying in it was just horrible timing on my part, which made me have a miserable time, which made me not like it. But yeah, that's the only movie I watched. I'm really hoping that April will be a better movie watching month and just a better month overall. Now for books, my favorite book for March was I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. I've talked before about how I've only been averaging about one book a month, so this was my book for March. And it was a bit slow for me at the beginning, but then I just had this one night where I couldn't fall asleep. I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I just finished the book. So I finished like close to 6 o'clock, and I cannot tell you when the last time that happened where I just spent hours reading really early morning, just finishing a book. That hasn't happened to me in years, maybe a decade. So this was super good. It's about a group of 39, I think, women. They live imprisoned in a cage underground in a bunker. They have these guards watching over them at all times, but then the siren goes off. The guards leave, and somehow, in all the confusion and a stroke of luck, their cage door is unlocked. So now it's these 39 women venturing out into the world, and that's all I want to say about it. It was really, really good. I had high expectations for this book based off of the way people were talking about it and how highly regarded it was, and it lived up to the hype for me. I rated this 5 stars. I'd probably give it like 4.5 to 5 stars. There was a lot for me to sit with, so much to think about, both in terms of trying to delve into the mindset of these characters, especially the main character, and also thinking about what my thoughts would be like if I was in this situation, but also like that's something you can't really predict. So just a lot of interesting questions and stream of consciousness thinking that I had while reading this. I just want to say that criticism is always welcome and allowed in any piece of artwork. No piece of art or media is above critique, period. However, one of the critiques I saw about this book was someone saying that they were really upset that this book, like, there's no men, there's nothing to do with men. Did you know the title is I Who Have Never Known Men? Did you know that's literally what the fucking book is about? The title is not misleading. Feel free to dislike the book. I don't give a fuck. I didn't write it. But how? No. Yeah, loved her. I highly recommend her, and I'm almost done reading Animal Farm by George Orwell, and I'm pretty sure that'll be on my April favorites list. My last favorite for the month of March is my nipple piercings, which is a really fun departure from the other things I'm talking about. Funny story, I got my nipples pierced, I think 3 or 4 days before my cat died. What a week that was. It was very impulsive, spontaneous. My friend Abby, the shop that she likes to go to for tattoos and piercings, they were doing a Friday the 13th special thing, and she was hanging out at the shop, so she invited me. And at first I was debating getting a tattoo, and then I was like, I don't know. And the piercer suggested, have you ever thought of getting a septum piercing? I think you look good with a septum piercing. And I was like, I actually don't want my nose pierced, but I have been thinking about getting my nipples pierced. And then 30 minutes later, my nipples were pierced. It hurt so fucking bad. It hurts so much more than any tattoo I've ever gotten. Nipple piercings, one of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. So worth it though. They're so sexy. I love how they look. I would show you, but I'm not going to do that. They're still healing. They're healing really well. The only thing that bothers me is that I have to wear a sports bra all the time, which I usually love to be braless at all times of the day, and that I can't sleep on my side or stomach. I rotate like a rotisserie chicken when I sleep, so that's been really hard for me to stick to just my back. But besides that, healing beautifully. We love them. This is my only other piercing besides my 3 piercings on my ears. So that was a different experience, and I think that's the only piercing I really want that's not on my ears, and I'm glad I got it done when I did. By the time summer properly rolls around, they will be in good shape. And I love them, and they made me feel really confident, and I love my piercer. She was such an angel, and she made me feel really good. We love women. And those were my March favorites. Again, this was a very weird, heavy month with some good things sprinkled throughout it. Thank you for being patient with me in any slow delays to uploading videos, especially the past 2 weeks. And I had last week's video done, but I just couldn't edit it with everything that was going on. I was too depressed. And I'm still depressed, but I'm working through it. I'm doing my best. I'm grieving. I think of my pets as important to me as my other family members. Like, I do not rank them lower. My pets are my family. I love them so much, and this was devastating. So yeah, love you, Addie. I'll love you and miss you forever. Here's to April, and hopefully it'll be easier. I'm praying it's just easier. That's what I want. I love you, angels. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye, angels.